Here to say a few words and introduce our first keynote is Randell Leach, President and Chief Operating Officer of Beneficial State Bank, our presenting sponsor. Please join me in welcoming him.
Good morning. All right, well, I'm here to talk a little bit about banking. So we all know banks are powerful. In fact, they control $13.3 trillion of deposits in the domestic economy. What most folks don't realize, though, is that banks get their power from you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the business model of banks. It's pretty simple. Like most businesses, they exist to maximize return on equity. That's the basic capitalistic business model. So they don't actually put that much of their own money at risk. They take your money in as deposits and use that to make loans, and they invest it where they can get the greatest return. And the decision of where they make loans is not based on public benefit, but it's based on self-interest to maximize ROE. So I'm not suggesting that all banks are bad or bankers are bad. In fact, they play an incredibly valuable role in our economy and our society. But this business model, when left unchecked, can lead to real problems. When profit maximization is the primary motivation, when there aren't other guiding values and principles, things can get really ugly. The banking industry has brought you things like redlining, DAPL, predatory lending, environmental exploitation, the economic crisis. Those costs are simply too high for society to pay just to be able to move your money around. So, as we sit here today, this audience is fairly unique. You know that there is another way. And banks can actually be a force for good. You can take your money and your power back and use it to build something beautiful. So I'm fortunate enough to lead an organization that's doing exactly that. Beneficial State Bank is a B Corp focused on social justice and environmental well-being. We use your deposits to benefit the community by making loans to nonprofits. We focus on renewable energy, loaning to companies that create jobs in low-income communities, by funding alternatives to predatory lending, trying to do the right thing without doing the ugliness. So the kicker with our model is that 100% of the profits go to the benefit of nonprofits that serve the community. It's not to extract, it's to add value. So as a bank, we're extremely honored to have been named by B Labs as one of the best for the world, 7 years running. We've been through the certification process 4 times. Every time we've raised our score. We even have a way that we might be able to help you raise your score. Please ask one of my colleagues that are around. So, my message to you is simple. Banks are powerful. They get not just their money, but they get their power from you. Where you put your money matters. Please put it where it can build something beautiful. Thank you.